What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. So once again, we find ourselves celebrating yet another victory, as Mr. Jose Chili DeCastro, aka Delete Lawz, has been hit with a 1-week suspension from YouTube as a result of violating community guidelines. Something apparently he's not taking very well, as his Instagram post would indicate, and I quote,
"You can't make this bullshit up. I'm suspended from posting on YouTube for a week for cyberbullying." Or maybe it could be that I'm suing at YouTube. Could it be that at YT Creators? What a shitty company YouTube is. Find me on Twitter.
Yes, I'm sure a multi-billion-dollar corporation with teams of lawyers who are experts in copyright law are afraid of your lawsuit, and that you totally were not suspended due to your public threats of physical harm, doxing content creators and their family members, outright wishing cancer upon children, and of course your ridiculous number of frivolous copyright strikes you've submitted. I can't imagine any other reason why YouTube would choose to suspend you for cyberbullying. Well, I certainly do hope you enjoy your time on Twitter, as it is home to countless extremist whack jobs with considerably larger audiences than you. So good luck trying to carve out even a menial existence on it, sorry, just excuse me for 1 minute.
Sir? Sir, are you going to finish the video?
What am I doing, Fezzington? I've been able to mostly stay out of this. Keep my involvement at a minimum, just casual chat in the comments sections. I've never been in any risk, never been threatened with a strike, never doxed. I have literally no skin in the game here. And meanwhile, there are larger, far more talented individuals willing to take this guy on. I mean, what could I possibly have to offer? I'm not equipped for an all-out war with this guy. Best I can do is just point and laugh while making dry humor commentary and the occasional snark. Can't imagine that's going to make a world of difference.
Yes, you are correct. It would probably be marginal at best in the grand scheme of things and not exactly noteworthy in the annals of history.
Wow, okay, not exactly the answer I was expecting. Way to fill me with confidence there.
Look, Tones, for once in your life, stop overthinking it. If all you can do is offer a little humor in your own way, then that's all you should do. People don't expect you to go into all-out war like the others. That's not what this has been about. You're here to entertain and encourage discussion, and if people come out the other side with just a little knowledge, or an increase in understanding of something, that is a plus. Just do what you do best. No one expects any more or less from you.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Fezzington. It's really nice out here. You ever wonder if there's more than just watching and criticizing idiots? That perhaps there are other things in this world worth talking about?
Well, maybe you should find out.
Yeah, I think I will. But first, it's time to enter the fray. You with me, buddy?
All the way. Now go and rip this beta a new one.
Absolutely. So, having been kicked off of YouTube, Chili has taken it upon himself to try to post videos on Instagram. So let's see what kind of disaster that's going to be. But first, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it properly. I feel like my IQ just dropped into single digits.
Yo, what's going on out there, Instagrammers? What's going on out there in the land of Instagram?
Well, bless his heart, at least he knows what platform he's on.
I'm just setting up shop here. I'm going to be going on different platforms and making some appearances here and there.
You literally posted the very same day that you've been suspended from YouTube. Not sure how you expect anyone to believe that your presence on another platform is somehow coincidental.
I'm going to be going from different platforms to spread this message, and currently right now what we're working on is I'm asking people who are part of the Delete Lawz movement to go to their city council and talk about banning torture cuffs.
Are you serious?
We have a website coming out pretty soon. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay. Nice to see y'all. So if you guys know who I am and we've met before.
Yes, indeed we do, Chili. And those who know who you are and have met you before all call you the same thing.
A bull artist.
Now, I'm going to be spreading the brand across different social media platforms. I'm going to be doing this in a lot of different ways.
Except for YouTube, because you got suspended. Funny how you're not mentioning that. Nor have you followed up about your $10 million lawsuit against YouTube you so confidently told everyone about a month ago. And now you're back beating your whole war drum about banning handcuffs. What's it going to be next week? Back to overturning Terry versus Ohio? Or are you planning to find another unlucky sap that you promised to get them out of their charges only for them to end up in jail? I mean, you're such a busy man and all.
But right now in Delete Lawz, go to DeleteLawz.com and you can sign up there. But what we're doing is I'm asking people to go to your city council meetings and talk about banning torture cuffs. That's what I'm asking people to do right now. Now, you don't have to be politically on the side of the left or the right. You don't have to be a conservative or a liberal. You don't have to be a Republican or a Democrat to understand that people should not be put in torture cuffs. All across YouTube, you guys go to my YouTube channel called Delete Lawz. All across YouTube, there's a new term for the torture cuffs, and that's torture cuffs. I can't even call them handcuffs because they're not handcuffs, they're torture cuffs. Torture cuffs were made for slavery. They're still torture. They'll always be torture.
Okay, let me see if I've got this straight. You've just said that all over YouTube, they're now being called torture cuffs, but in reality, it's just you and your one channel. You talk about this like it's some growing movement or some kind of shift in public opinion, but really, it's just your opinion, your own lone concept that nobody else is taking seriously but you. Sorry, I have to take this opportunity to address his stupid torture cuffs thing, and that means going on a bit of an unscripted rant. Handcuffs, who believe it or not have existed since the Bronze Age, they weren't just invented during the time of American slavery. They have never, formally or in any capacity, been called torture cuffs. Fun fact, no device of torture in the history of the human race has ever had the word torture in them. Think about it. You have the rack, you have the wheel, the thumbscrew, the Iron Maiden, although recently it's been determined that didn't exist. The point is, no device of torture has ever had the word torture in its title. Now, a method of torture can sometimes have the word torture in it. Everyone remembers rat torture, which involved a metal bucket and some rats being placed upon you, and they heat the bucket up, and I'd rather not go into detail of what happens next. But there's also Chinese water torture, tickle torture, and of course we all remember Halen torture. Now, handcuffs weren't necessarily always called handcuffs. They had several names in the past, ranging from manacles, shackles, irons, or just called chains. But they all had one thing in common, and that's that they weren't used as a method of torture, they were used as a method of restraint. And prior to the invention of iron-based ones, they usually used things like rope or leather, anything that would bind the hands. This concept's been around for thousands of years, and yet suddenly today we have a guy who comes along and now declares them torture. Why is that? Now, as I've said before, I'm not a psychology expert or any kind of expert, but I'm willing to take a stab at this. I think the reason he calls it torture is because he doesn't like the concept of not being in control. Think about it. He considers the idea of being restrained as a loss of agency, where he has to now submit to the authority of someone else who now dictates whether or not he has freedom of movement. And considering he's someone with a massive ego, the very idea of not being the dominant one, not being right when everyone else is wrong, is unbearable to him. So really, he's not trying to champion any kind of cause or reform. He just wants to live in a world where everything he does is consequence-free, and he doesn't have to submit to any kind of authority. Heck, you only need to look at his suspension from YouTube. His actions were a direct violation of community guidelines. He was then suspended and therefore restrained from doing as he pleases, and then proceeded to cry about it. So how long before we start hearing him ranting that YouTube's terms and conditions are a form of torture?
How many people have been put in handcuffs before? Just put a 1 in the chat if you've put in handcuffs before. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never been put in handcuffs. I don't know if I can see comments on this. I'm not really sure how this platform works. But put a 1 in the chat if you've been in torture cuffs before. Put a 2 if you have not. I don't know. Can you guys comment on here? I don't know. I can wave to you guys, but I don't know if you guys can comment.
Funny, earlier you were stopping mid-sentence to say hi to people, implying that there were comments being left. Was that a lie? Like nobody actually gave a damn that you were on Instagram broadcasting live and you had to pretend there was?
I don't know. I have no idea how this works. There it is. Boom. Someone put a... So you've been in torture cuffs. So then you know how bad they hurt. But you know who doesn't? Maybe those city council members. Maybe they have no idea how bad torture cuffs hurt. And so it's your responsibility. This is a movement. You can join it. You go to your city council members and you tell them that you want to get rid of torture cuffs and you want to change it to digital detainment. Right now, if you did something wrong and the police rolled up on you and the guy has a body cam on and he says, hey, you have to come with me, look in the camera and agree to come with me and we won't tackle you and put you in torture cuffs, which would your option, what would you choose? You would choose to go with them. And then you don't have to be all felt up and treated like you're a criminal. When you're probably not a criminal, you're probably just in a bad situation at a bad time.
Gentlemen, we are fortunate. Why? He's an imbecile.
Yes, if you've never heard it before, this is how he actually thinks the world works.
So I'm asking you to go to your city council meeting and start talking about getting rid of torture cuffs. We have cameras everywhere. There's a Ring camera system. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a camera. There's no more getting away. There's no point in putting torture cuffs on people. We've got to ban torture cuffs.
Oh, blow it out your ass.
I'm starting to think he's never once watched any of the numerous body cam channels that are on YouTube. Body cameras have recorded shootouts, assaults, pursuits. The camera's presence doesn't suddenly make a criminal decide to stop being a criminal.
Anyway, listen, I'm just going to go across all platforms. I'm going to stay active across all platforms. This is a movement, so please join me. Let me know when you're going to your city council meeting, what your city council meeting is called, what county you're in, and then film it and film yourself and send it to me, and I'll post it on my YouTube page.
Well, that would be after your suspension is over, and that's assuming in the time till your suspension is over that YouTube doesn't find even more violations. I mean, how many do you have now? Initial reports put the number at 15,000.
If you haven't been on my YouTube page, Delete Lawz, go watch some of my videos. It's also on Odyssey, and I'm going to be joining Rumble next.
Ah yes, Rumble and Odyssey, the platform content creators go to die. I mean, what idiot would put their channel on Odyssey? That's just a backup, people.
I'm not going to stop under any circumstances, under any conditions. I got to get the flock out of here. Listen, we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop.
Oh crap, somebody hit him. The needle's skipping.
I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, forgive me if I'm not in the rush to watch the next one. So after that thorough waste of time, I think it's safe to assume that Chili doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of getting anywhere on any other platform. I mean, Chili, in all seriousness, and I say this as your self-appointed gubernatorial campaign manager, you need to quit while you're ahead. And I'm saying ahead very generously. The sad truth of it is, Chili, people think you're an absolute joke. Alright, you've been discredited time and again. Your channel is on the verge of imploding. Your most staunch, diehard supporters are probably broke and will not be able to financially support you forever. And as long as you keep putting this behavior on full display for all the public to see, it's only going to get worse for you. I mean, I'll just as soon as say good riddance if you leave YouTube and never come back. But if you're going to go and take your chances on Twitter, you have no idea what you're getting into. I mean, you think we're the bad guys, with our being critical of you, debunking you, pointing and laughing at you. We've been kind. We've been coddling you like the big overgrown man-child you are. You go to Twitter, those trolls will eat you alive. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see us do even more in the future, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Please remember to hit that like button and feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I always like to read them. Of course, a big shout out and thank you to all my amazing channel members. Your support is always appreciated. And if you'd like to show your support, consider becoming a member yourself or head on over to www.tonesoverthinks.com and get yourself some exclusive quality channel merch. Links in the description. Till next time, everybody.